Nathan, a 2-0 victory on the opening day against Atherton Collieries, and in terms of how everything panned out today, it couldn't have gone much better.
Yeah, it was a. I think it was a mature performance. The win came in true Whitby fashion. So I think we were under the cosh the first 10 minutes. I think they were turning the ball a lot, but 2 goals, none against. It's a perfect start really to the season. Yeah.
Yeah, and, after a bit of a nervy start, which you might perhaps expect on the opening day, it was really Whitby that started to take the game to Atherton.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, both teams were feeling each other up. We certainly weren't getting the ball down, but that was a credit to Atherton. So there was strangling the midfield really. But you're right. We eventually we got on top of it. We were popping the ball, but it wasn't our usual zesty self. So it's good that the lads have adapted. And like I say, it was overall it ended up being a very mature performance.
Yeah, and that goal eventually coming from Brad Fewster in the 17th minute, and it was on the back of a spell of sustained pressure and lots of corners, and a long throw in the end. It was what ended after.
It was. It's pleasing. It's something we've worked on. We didn't do it a lot in pre-season because we wanted to look at other things. And in the training session the other night, it was something we outlined as something we wanted to take advantage of Harrison's throw. And yeah, it was a great reaction by Brad to pick up the seconds. And obviously in the second half, it was a great header by Roy as well from another Harrison throw.
Yeah, I'm sure Brad's someone that you'll have your eyes on this season in terms of trying to be perhaps that talent one up front.
Yeah, he's a goal scorer, and he sniffs the goal, so that's what we want. And it's especially at this level, the stats will tell you it's always good to get the first goal. So from that point, I think we controlled the game. Atherton had a sustained spell, probably 10 minutes in the second half, when they had to come out to get something for the game. But I think overall we controlled it pretty well.
Yeah, in terms of how the rest of the first half panned out, it was Whitby that looked more likely that could have got the second before the break. Didn't come in the end, but in terms of that overall performance, I'm sure you'll have been pleased with what you saw there.
Yeah, we were particularly in. I think we were in control. Didn't really think we were in any danger. Couple of stray passes, if you like, let Atherton in, but that was our own undoing. So it just come down to half time about concentration levels and doing the basics well and not taking any chances. We didn't need to. We were in front, and other opportunities would come.
Yeah, and then the second half, that second goal coming quite early in the second 45, and again very direct from straight from the throw in, and pretty simple there from Dan Rowe, the header.
It was, but Harrison's throw it's probably better than a corner. It's more accurate. It's more the right kind of trajectory, and Roy's met it with aplomb really. So it was good. That was a big goal for us. The next goal we knew was going to be very very important. The instructions at half time were we were 1-up, we needed to treat it as though we were 0-0 and we wanted to go for another goal. And at 2-0, our record here, defensively we're good, and I think Atherton, providing we did the basics well, we're always going to be up against it, and that's the way it proved to be.
Yeah, and like we've fused a lot of emphasis on him trying to get a few goals to his name this season. Dan Rowe, as well as someone that spoke out towards the back end of last season, saying that he wants to be more of a goal scorer, threat from set piece, and that's something that Whitby fans have seen in the past. So good to see him get off that bright start today.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, and Dan knows his aerial ability. He probably should get more goals, so that was nice. But he's here to defend, and his performance today was outstanding. He led by example today, so that was a good thing to see. But I think this season, the way we kind of set up, I think we'll see more goals from Dan.
Yeah, and then a couple of let-offs towards the end. Two big chances for Atherton, but again, that's probably something that you would have expected, given the fact they were chasing and knew that one goal perhaps could have made it a bit more interesting.
Yeah, you're always going to expect the opposition to not going to roll over and get the belly tickle. The credit to them, they kept going. We were getting a little bit leggy. We weren't seeing the game out as we probably should, and the concentration levels dropped a couple of times. And luckily for us, they didn't take advantage of that. But like I say, it was credit to them because they didn't stop and they kept going.
Yeah, and then in terms of the home supporters that did come here today, we hope you asked for a big crowd in the week, and got that 570 through the gates, and you'll be hoping on that basis that they'll be keen to come back in the future as well.
Yeah, outstanding. Great to see. I knew it was a decent crowd looking from over in the dugout. Credit to the club as well, because we've put an event on beforehand. But for the crowds to come, we need to win football matches. We need to play nice football. We need to score goals, and that's what we've done today. So hopefully they'll come back and help us moving forward.
Yeah, and just looking ahead, first Tuesday night game coming up away from home at Guiseley, and today was probably about Whitby trying to take the game to their opponents. I'm sure against Guiseley, you'll be expecting a much different outing there.
Yeah, it's always tough going to Guiseley. They're a very good team, experienced team. They'll always put a good group together. He's got a particular way of playing, and we know what we're going to be up against. So it'll be a good game. I'm sure it'll be a war of attrition. Difficult place to go, but it's 11 against 11, and we're, like I said before, we're a match for anyone. And I think it'll be anybody's game. It's about turning up on the night and put a performance in.
I imagine, Nathan.